Usually when they make wholesale changes, when a team makes wholesale changes the way they did in the secondary with 3 guys leaving it, people read into it that maybe they weren't happy with the way things unfolded with the pass defense last year. How do you take those changes that were made, and did you receive that as that you guys have to do better?
Not too much. I mean, I think it was a business decisions of how things go. It's just the way that this league works. We got a lot of young guys in the room that I feel like they have a lot of confidence in. And, Mike Mitch, Golds, and Willie, those are really good dudes, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. The way it happened with me in Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? The business of the game, sometimes that affects decisions that happen. And we got Artie and we got SD coming back, a lot of young guys. JJ's still here. So I just think that we're going to be able to work and grind and do a lot better than we did. But I don't really feel like it had an impact of how we did as a secondary. I think it just is just the business of the game.
Do you anticipate any stylistic changes with a new position coach?
Maybe. I think we started playing more man last year, and I think that just with the players that we have in our room, a man-to-man is a thing that we can do. So I think that we might do a little bit more of that.
How does having a full year in the program, now, in the off-season program, how does that help you?
Man, it helps me out a whole lot. I came into it just quick, ready to go. I think just being able to be here for off-season, being able to hang out with the guys, being able to not really do too much, like it's not too much game planning, it's more just getting the understanding of the defense, understanding communication, how we're really going to just call things and stuff like that. So I think being able to just be here now is going to be helping us out tremendously.
Did you do that as well, show up for these early sessions of weightlifting and training?
Yeah, I always like to come back, and I just, I like ball. I like being in the building when I can be in the building. If coaches are here, I like to be here, so just being able to bond with my dudes, man, have a good time and, kick it.
You said there could be more, man. How do you feel about that?
I'm good with it. My groin's good, my knee's good. I'm feeling healthy. I was able to get a full off-season workout. My last 2 off-seasons, I haven't been able to train like I wanted to. So this year I got after training like I've never had before, and I'm feeling healthy and I'm ready to go.
Joe, you're trying to get a handle on where your defense is. Do you look at the body of work last year or the Jacksonville game?
I would say the body of work. Jacksonville game, you're always as good as your last game, so it was kind of tough. But I just think that we have just coming here now knowing that we know we can do better. We know we have a lot of room to grow, and we're just looking forward to it.
Did you spend much time picking that game apart and figuring out what went wrong? Or?
Yeah. A lot of it just communication. We've been watching the tape on it now. You know what I'm saying? Just figuring out how we can just communicate a little bit better and figure out what things went wrong. So, we're working on that right now.
It looks like they signed 2 guys in Boston and Gordon Burnett, who are great communicators, really smart veterans, but not too old. They can help. Will that help what happened to Jacksonville? I mean, was that the kind of communication you're talking about? Middle of the field, brainy kind of guy?
I would just say everybody, as far as just the defensive backs, linebackers working together, figuring out just combination coverages, bumping things, making sure that we don't have our eyes on the right things. Just little discipline stuff that it wasn't really too much of them beating you when you had your man. It was just more communication, people switching and swatching and trying to figure out who has who.
Do you think you're just a little late to stuff?
Yeah,
it did look like you blew a lot of stuff wide open. But
yeah.
Just a little indecision.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. So just more of just going over those checks and watching those plays and just figuring out, all right, when we're bumping here, who has who? How are we going to figure this out with the linebackers and with the secondary? So it's not really a skill thing. I felt like it was just more communication, more who has who, whose man is whose man.
The other thing you guys are dealing with is not having Ryan. And when he went out numbers-wise, the run defense, the yards per carry went way up. How do you guys account for not having Ryan Shazier this year?
It's going to be a big loss for us, man. Having a guy like him with that much speed, with that much knowledge of the game, he can get from sideline to sideline. I think the biggest thing is, like I said, I keep saying it, is discipline. We have to be able to be on the same page and just not have foo bars or not have bust on defense. If we have bust, then that's going to be the reason why we get beat. If we just have a man on the man, everybody knows who they have, then I think we'll be good to go.
Having an entire off season to kind of fix that is a little different, though, than trying to do that like 3 weeks before the playoffs, isn't it?
1,000%. And, you know, everybody, like I said, man, everybody just has to understand that we have the talent to do it. We just got to be able to be on the same page and got to be able to communicate better and just know your job, know your assignment. And if you had that, then it would be good to go.
Joe, you said you didn't have the ability to work out past 2 years in the off season. Did you feel different coming in the OTAs season when you didn't have that, you know, in your background working out during that off season period?
A little bit. You know, I just didn't feel I was more getting ready, preparing for the season, not really just trying to get my body right, not trying to get the speed and get my breaks and stuff like that. So I feel like just having more time to get that right before, you know, once I started, it was really basically just trying to get the plays and trying to get that stuff down. So just being able to really just work on me, work on myself, work on my individual game, and then come here and then put it all together.
How long did you take off after the season and until you start working on it?
I probably took off about a week. Yeah.
Was that you always did that?
No.
Is this, I mean, even when you did work out in the off season, was this kind of?
No, I used to, for sure. I used to give myself about a good month, maybe a month and a half. I was happy I could do it, you know what I'm saying, and being able to be healthy and being able to get after it. It made me feel good working out in the morning, you know what I'm saying, getting that work in, and then had the afternoons to myself, so it just felt good.
What do you know about Morgan Burnett, Joe?
Where'd you go when you worked out? You go to?
I have a house in LA, and I was working out with my boy Jamal, and I had my trainer Alex. Both of them were out there with me, so it was just really good work.
What do you know about Morgan Burnett?
We got drafted the same year. Met him at the combine. Super cool dude. I know Micah Hyde, and we actually went on a little vacation, our wives and stuff, and he just told me about him. He said, "You're gonna love Morgan, great player." He had nothing but good things to say about him, so I can't wait to really, you know what I'm saying, play with him.
They said he did a lot of that linebacker safety hybrid stuff in Green Bay. Is there no big for that type of guy here, you think?
Anything can help, you know. I love it because we just have a lot of competition here. We have a lot of talent in that room, and we'll be able to see during OTAs, we'll see during training camp, whoever's playing, whoever's balling, you know what I'm saying. I know the coach is going to put the best people on the field.
Joe, can you be specific about the position and not the player? I'm not even thinking about what the talent is in the room now, but what do you need at free safety to replace Mike? And what do you need at that dime backer spot to replace Will?
At the free safety spot, we just need a guy that can, you know, say a short tackler, be able to go sideline to sideline, being over top of the corners, being able to just be the blanket over the defense. If anything breaks, you know what I'm saying, it's a 20-yard gain and not a 50-yard gain. You know what I'm saying, being able to be, if they do break the tackles through us and they do happen to run the ball through there, they can be able to get them down. And with the dime, somebody that's very smart, can blitz, can cover, knows the defense very well. And with Cam Sutton and with Mike Haden, and with the body types and people that we have in there, we have a lot of guys that we know can cover the third receiver, cover the tight end, and do that. So with those two things, man, would be solid.
2 more questions, guys?
Do you see Sean sliding over to the free safety? I keep reading that it's fact. Is it fact?
I don't know yet. We haven't really talked about who's in what positions yet. So, Sean, I think he could definitely be a free safety, though. I mean, he's the dude I could see definitely being able to cover sideline in his tackling. He's going to be able to get people down.